Today, this video is about my gray hair grow out, and this is my 6-month update and what I've learned throughout this process about aging, about being a woman in today's society, and a little bit about what I was actually doing to my body while I was dyeing my hair. Well, hello there, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome to my little corner of YouTube. My name is Holly, and here I like to talk about various topics from a midlife perspective. Back in the day, when I was a beautiful, innocent, untainted teenager, I was taught that I was just not good enough. Unfortunately, I have to take some ownership in this process because I began to read the beauty teen whatever magazines that were around at the time. I know, big mistake. I should have just stayed riding my bike and playing in the mud and playing kick the can with my friends and not worrying about all those stupid things that those teen magazines taught me were paramount in life as a teen girl in the 80s. So some of you might identify with this, but back then in the 80s, the look was the huge hairsprayed hair, like a lion's mane, and it was all about blonde, beach, bombshell, perfect California girl kind of look. And if you're watching this video right now and looking at me, I am none of those things. I have dark brown, and it's fairly fine, wavy hair. And I've always had that in my life. Has a little bit of a curl, and it just doesn't hold those incredible 1980s heights that all of the girls had. No matter how much Aquanet I sprayed, no matter how much backcombing I did, I could never get my hair as high as it needed to be. So the answer, I was told, was no. I was not good enough, according to them. And I listened. But I still bought into that answer from the beauty industry that if I just purchase this thing or put on this spray or do this technique, I too could be that gorgeous, California girl, beach bombshell. Yeah, no, it didn't work. Thinking back on it now, I was just a kid, so I really didn't know any better. I was a tomboy when I was younger. I enjoyed fixing the car with my dad. I enjoyed playing in the mud. I played kick the can with my friends. I was always that girl that was covered in bruises and cuts for my latest adventures. And trying to fit into that perfect girl world for me it was like a round peg in a square hole, I guess you could put it. And believe me, I tried to fit in girl world, in the world of pretty. I used Sun-In, remember that stuff? I used Sun-In in my hair and it went orange and I thought it looked so cute. I did not look cute. I'm not going to show photos. It was not a good time for me. I wore blue mascara thinking it made me look hip and pretty. Again, no. So, fast forwards. When I started to age, I started to see those little gray hairs starting to show up on my head. And again, step in the beauty industry. The women that I looked up to, like an idiot, I know, I'm taking ownership. I did this to myself. The women in movies, they were always flawless and line-free and blurred and not a gray hair to be shown, but yet they were in their 50s. I mean, look at Cher. She has not aged. I swear that woman's an alien. And all the women that had embraced aging became the side characters, the elderly aunt that shows up every now and again, the one-dimensional characters that are just there for a bit of color and fluff, grandma. And in all honesty, who wants to be a side character in life? So I pushed myself to remain young. Looking back now, I too think about that desperation that I did hold onto where my value was in my looks. So I had to maintain a certain facade in order for the world to value me and therefore value myself. And it was all what was on the outside. And it made me miserable. And here's a side note on what I've learned while researching, while going through this journey of not dyeing my hair anymore. Hairdressers are more likely to develop certain types of cancers due to the chemicals that they're being exposed to on a daily basis. Hairdressers in general are more likely to develop and have a higher risk of cancers such as lung, larynx, bladder, and multiple myelomas. Did I say that right? Myelomas? Here's one for the blooper reel. In the 1970s, there was a ban on 2 carcinogenic chemicals that were in the hair dyes. Research was done, and that's what got those chemicals removed. The statistics on the existence of cancers in hairdressers has not changed since the banning of those 2 chemicals. So what the hell else is in that? I think about what I subjected my body to during all those years of squirting that concoction onto my head, getting, burn, tingling scalps, breathing in the fumes. I mean, I was one of those ladies that dyed my hair when I was pregnant, which they advise not to do, but I figured, it's safe. Everyone's doing it. It's available in the grocery store. Not a problem. The hairdressers are doing it. One lady that was in the salon that I went to, she was pregnant while she was working. So obviously it's safe. Or is it? Hairdressers are also at a higher risk of respiratory diseases or dysfunctions because of the culmination of chemicals that they're exposed to that us as women put on our bodies all day long. Hairspray, toners, hair dye, as we talked about, straighteners, permanent solutions. It's just a nasty mix of horrible things that we're doing to ourselves as women. And I have to think, we're doing all these things to ourselves. Are we really happier? No, we're not. I spent 20 years putting that shit on my body, and it didn't make me happier as a person. So I am constantly finding reasons to be ecstatic about the decision that I made to stop dyeing my hair. Part of me does mourn the fact that I spent 40 years miserable trying to be something that I wasn't. And if I would have just taken that time and got to know who I was in that moment, not mourning for the past or terrified of the future, just being me in the moment, how much more I could have accomplished as a human. My words of wisdom from this experience is gratitude. Be grateful for what you have. The happiest people in the world are thankful and grateful for what they do have. The most miserable people in the world are the ones that everything they have amassed, all those amazing things that are in their life, just aren't good enough, and they're looking outside trying to find something better. It's not out there. Look at what you have in your life right now. If you're a midlife lady and you are going through the same process or considering going through the process of growing out your grays, I'm interested to know what resonates with you. What lessons have you learned? Just leave it in the comments below. I would love to read what's going on for you in your life. And also, I would like to know the things that you are grateful for in your life. I also would love if you would join me on my journey and click that subscribe button so you know when I upload new videos of my rambling thoughts on midlife, aging, and other things that I've learned. Anyways, all that being said, have a wonderful day. Be grateful for what you have. I'm going to go outside because today is an absolutely beautiful day and go enjoy some sunshine and make some vitamin D. See you in the next one.